back to the original reason why you guys went ahead and did this. We talked about all those pain points at the beginning of the presentation. Mike, can you summarize for us what the results have been so far?
Well, we've got everybody on board here doing it. Duplicating quotes is easy. I definitely spend way less time entering a customer's name in because it's literally already in the system. I just start typing it in, repopulates it, brings it up. Uh, Especially if I'm copying a quote from a previous quote, copy a quote, send it out, go in, win it. I'm not sitting there entering information in all the time. It's super quick. I can do it from anywhere. Being mobile is huge. I can be out for lunch, customer calls, says, hey, I want to postpone the job that's supposed to be happening this afternoon till tomorrow. I can pull it up on my phone, say, yeah, no problem, reschedule it, pops up. Guy's even here before I'm back from lunch, even though that the job's been postponed and changed to a different day. So it's been a real win. Quotes are going out with all the correct terms and conditions now. There's different levels of approvals too, right? So that's one thing that we were missing was approvals on quotes.
And what do you mean by that?
So
How are
like
you guys using that?
right now it's by dollar value. So like supervisors will have up to a certain amount of a dollar value that they're allowed to quote, and then anything above that, they'll still do up the quote, but it'll send me an email saying, hey, this guy wants to send this quote out and it requires your approval. So then I have a chance to go through it and say yes, no. I can send information back to him, or I can just click approve, and then it gives him the permission to send it out. And then if it's something larger than what I'm allowed to do, it'll send it up to the next level, and it'll send an email to that person saying, hey, this supervisor or this manager or whatever wants to send this quote out. So you have to wait for them to give their approval on it too. But it's just as simple as they could even look at it on their phone and go through it quickly. And yeah, no, that looks good. Fire it off, approve it, and then it gives the visibility to upper management of larger jobs and stuff like that. So
What about tasks and reminders? Do you guys use those?
yeah, no,
At,
tasks and reminders are definitely a great thing. So I can assign myself a task, or I could assign somebody else a task, somebody in administration or somebody in quoting or something like that. I can say, hey, can you please do this? And I can set a date when I want it done by and fire it off to them. And it'll send them daily reminders that they need to do this for me, or it'll notify me once they've done it and said they've done it, and it gets sent back to me that, hey, Graham has completed this task, and yeah, that I know, right? So that's a huge thing. You can set up tasks for equipment.
yeah, that was one of the questions that actually came in was on maintenance, and how do I know when something's due? So you guys are setting up remind me that the maintenance is due on this particular job at this particular point, and then the system sends whoever is assigned to be responsible for that, the reminder ahead of time as to when it is due and things, right?
Yeah, so right now on my home screen, I have it set up for everything that's due in the next 7 days.
Mm,
So I can always see which machines are coming up due for an NDT or MVI or non-destruct test, whatever the task may be, and it'll show me what's happening in that 7 days. I can increase it to the whole month, or I can do whatever I want, right? But just for me, that 7 day outlook covers most of it.
right. Okay. Excellent.
The
The
other thing too that I wouldn't mind mentioning
yeah.
is sending out email notifications.
Mm,
So we have weekly meetings here where we go through job logs, and we go through a whole bunch of stuff. But I can send out an email to myself saying, okay, the day before the meeting, review all your outstanding purchase orders, right? And
right.
it'll automatically send me out that email because I've got it set up on a subscription.
Okay.
On this certain day, it'll send out all my outstanding purchase orders. So I can go, oh, hey, I received this and it's been sitting open for a week. I
Mm.
forgot to close it, so then it reminds me to close it and stuff. So
That's a good point to bring up too, is that when you have system filters set up to show you information, you might not necessarily want to go into the system to get that. You want it pushed to you, so you get that email, and then you can then you have that information in front of you, and the ability, to share that information with other people, even if they're not users of the system. If somebody else needs to get a list of those outstanding purchase orders, or or jobs that are ready to invoice, even, here's these jobs are now ready to invoice, and
and you
that
can
gets sent
actually
in.
set up what time that you get it.
Mm,
So sometimes in the day when I'm like super busy, I don't want to be getting these email reminders or whatever.
mm.
So I'll actually set up some reminders for like to come in the evening when I'm not doing anything or whatever. It'll email me
Right,
this reminder, and I can just have a quick look and go, oh yeah, and I can quickly deal with it then, kind of thing, right? So
right,
sometimes
exactly.
in the daily shuffle, if you trying to get everything done at a busy time, it's
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it gets buried in the rest of the emails from the day, or, or yeah, it gets out of sight.